You guys might remember Joe Pellegrosso from a previous episode. He's back. He got his 100-pound tuna, but he did not get his big Goliath or Cubera, although he is saying that he's more interested in the tuna. We're gonna do blue water today. What we do have is Mr. Eric Merkman.
I'm here. Grande tune.
Joe brought his wife, Emily. Yeah. And there's Gabby. You haven't been in one video yet?
No.
Oh, that's right. You got here basically when I lost all the memory cards and stuff. So today the goal is we are going to go offshore. We're gonna hopefully find a floating log, kill some mahi. That'd be actually perfect. The girls would have an opportunity to shoot some fish. I think the tuna diving might be a little bit too difficult for their level at this point. Everyone's super excited to see dolphins, see some whales. We've had some crazy whale encounters so far. We've had a bride's whale, we've had pilot whales, we've had all kinds of dolphins, humpback whales. That's been epic. Yeah, could be a pod of whales.
I would almost rather get in a pod of whales.
So these are the killers. Let's focus in on the killers. Enough about the girls. These guys have been diving with me for a very long time. Eric has pulled out some insane dives. The reason why we call him Merkman is because last year in Costa Rica, he was banging out 85 foot dive in less than 5 foot visibility, which takes a lot of cojones, because especially when you can't see anything in front of your face, most people will pull back at like 60, 70, and he was banging out 85 foot one after another. So he is now the Merkman. Wow.
Major.
Major jumps. So I'm expecting really big things out of him. He's had a slow last trip with me, last 2 trips, one. For a little while there, he was the golden boy. Every single trip, he would shoot the biggest, best fish, and then he's been dormant. Slow streak. So I'm expecting really big things out of him. Like, don't call it a comeback, but I think if we get a tuna or 2 today, it's gonna be epic. Oh, and by the way, it is Michael's birthday, my Captain Michael. We got the birthday boy, Mr. Michael. Cumpleaños feliz.
What's going on, bro? Take it easy.
Take it easy. It's his birthday.
The party's in the night.
The party's tonight. We just got a radio call in from a buddy. We got tuna about 10 miles that way. We're already 30 miles offshore, so we'll be at 40 miles offshore. All right, we got another one here. First one on the boat for the day. Perfect little guy for eating. Eric knocked that monkey off. Aha! Joe Danger with his first one of the day. Go ahead, throw it up there, big dog.
Here we go.
Look at the shot. I have to get better at that.
Danger and I both just slayed shots.
Doubled up. Danger got a nice one though.
Good job, Joe.
Woo!
Great fish, Joe.
No idea how Joe pulled this one off, but this was the size of the fish that we were seeing.
Stun muffin. I was in a pack of Messerschmitts down there. One broke off from the pack. Saw a lone wolf Mac Daddy bomber. Weapons were hot. Hit him with some close range.
Hold that thing up for me, Eric.
Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's 25 pounds.
Shut up.
Yeah, my other one's bigger. It's a good fish.
My a-hole. This one's definitely bigger than the last one. Let's see it.
Oh yeah. Come on, boy, man up. Yeah, boy.
Yesterday, absolutely crushed it. We got 4 tunas. Danger. Ended up with another 100-pounder. I don't know how he did that. Eric got the monkey off his back. He has been out for a couple of yellowfin tuna trips and has gotten close, but hasn't been able to put one on the boat, and he put 2 on the boat yesterday. His first one was a little bit on the small side, but his second one definitely was
Celebration on the first one was what mattered.
yeah, sure. He had a phenomenal celebration. Yeah. Can you emulate what you did?
Yeah, let me he shot it. He did this on the way up. Oh yeah, American. And then right when he got to the surface, he gave a thumbs up, let everyone know he's good. And then right before he broke, he went Tiger Woods.
Oh man. So that was sick. We actually almost called it. So at one point in time, we didn't think we were gonna find any tuna, and we actually started considering going into the reef, and I'm glad we stuck it out for another half an hour, because next thing we knew, we had tuna everywhere. There is actually a clip where I'm diving down. Unfortunately, no one was near me, but I was absolutely walled at the surface, and then at 20 feet below me, I had probably 150, maybe 200-pounder. Beautiful sickles. I'll slow it down. I'll get it color graded and all that, but.
Load, dude, load! Eric! Eric!
Dude, it was just incredible. The entire school was all 100+ pounders, so this fish had to have been close to 200 pounds. It was easily 2 to 3 times size of anything that was there. So today we're gonna go to the reef. We're gonna take a little jog out. I think the focus is a big cubera. If we can't locate a really big cubera, I think taking down that Goliath might be an opportunity here. What do you think?
I don't know how I feel about it, CJ. I'll tell you what, if I see him, I'll let one fly. I'm gonna fire at will, CJ.
That's today's intro. Yeah, catch you guys later this afternoon, see how we did. Been a really slow day on the rocks and in the reef. So we're stopping at the deep wreck right now. The last time we were here, we ended up breaking off probably what was an 80-pound cubera, maybe a little bit bigger. So we're seeing top to bottom fish. I mean, really good mark. Do some 70-80 foot trigger pulls, but I got some guys that can do it.
Real quick for Mr. Duffy's audience here. I'll be honest, I'm excited for these cubera. I'm equally excited for cold beer on the beach with some pargo and taro.
Listen,
and some tuna chimichurri.
Joe,
that's where my head's at, but I'm still gonna punch it deep.
Joe checked out about an hour ago. Started saying he was a blue water diver. The guy doesn't even care anymore. Yeah, even Michael's shaking his head. He's like, this guy's not dangerous.
It really is not dangerous.
We went to the wreck. Unfortunately, the first dive Eric had, there was somewhat viz, and it got even worse from the time that he took his first dive to his second. Joe didn't see much either. It's lit up like a Christmas tree on the sounder, but unfortunately we just can't see anything. So we're gonna have to move on and hope that one of the other spots produce.
My fingers hurt. Oh yeah? Well, now your back's gonna hurt because you just pulled extra landscaping duty.
End of day 2. Morale is very low.
Tough day. Tough day, tough is. Listen, we wanted to give the fish a little mercy, let them get comfortable in their habitat. Tomorrow, we're dropping nukes.
I don't know about dropping nuclear weapons. Win some, you lose some. Today we had a couple opportunities, but even the opportunities that we did have were not good opportunities, and the fish were not very large. So I would love to sit here and say that every single day that I go out with people to spearfish that we crush it, but the truth is that that's not the case. The good stuff that we post, right? You don't see all the bad stuff. So this will be a good little rendition of what it's like to get handed some L's. So these dogs chill super hard here in the middle of the road, and he doesn't even care. You all right, Bubba? And we're back. So after a crazy good day, day 1, tunas everywhere, it was as good as we could ask for. We decided to go hit the reef on day 2. Wasn't what we were looking for. A lot of small fish. There were a few opportunities at some nice guac. It wasn't much, right? I mean, normally when you get a good group of guacs, you got nice fish, big school, right? Even when we did see some shootable guacs, they weren't really of size. I think I was the only person who dropped in on a huge school of guac. Less than desirable. At this point, I think it'd be better if we just went and did straight tuna, but the guys are really hell-bent on getting a cubera, so we're gonna try the reef in a completely different location. Here's the crazy part. Literally like 16 minutes ago, there was a 4.7 earthquake where the epicenter was about an hour away from us.
No excuses.
Just always interrupts in the middle, so like we can't even use that clip anymore. Worst.
Earthquake.
So yeah, we just had a 4.7 earthquake about an hour north to where the epicenter was. So very likely that that's going to stir up a lot. If you think about it, the bottom and the tectonic plates all just moved. So there's rocks being smushed against each other, creaking, all kinds of scary noises. These cuberas probably heard that and probably got freaked out and probably ran for cover. And then on top of that, the entire bottom's been moving around. So at this point, I think the visibility on the bottom is going to be pretty bad. The top visibility, I don't know, which is, it's always better when we have good, clean visibility on top, even if it is dirty on bottom, because then we can properly safety each other. It becomes a problem when it's top to bottom bad viz, because then even on their ascent, if they're fighting with a fish and you can't find them, it becomes a much more dangerous situation. So the plan is we will go look at the shallow wreck. We will go check it out. There's a couple rocks nearby. We'll check those out as well, right? Elijah pulled a 40-pound cubera off one of the rocks nearby the wreck. Alex pulled off a pretty nice cubera over there too. So there's some nice cuberas in that area. We'll definitely check it out.
Buenos dias, amigos.
This is Jose Peligroso. So the first trip it turned into Joe Peligroso, and now it's Jose. So he's completely transitioned, but he has kept the American mustache.
That's correct.
Still staying true to the red, white, and blue.
That's it.
Great tuna action day one. Yesterday I said less than desirable. On strike mission today.
Oh, your ear was bothering you a little bit, yeah?
Oh yeah.
We're back.
Soldiers
We're
are
back.
accepting nothing less than a 50-pound cubera, dead on the boat, taken off the shallow reef. Heard it here first, going down, shooting inside the cockpit of the vessel.
No, no. We're not using that.
Eric just got his first Pacific cubera. We ended up having to fight it for a little bit. It started getting wrapped in the structure, but we got him.
Okay,
Pretty fish.
stop it.
Eric says he saw one that was much bigger. I saw him point. I didn't see the fish, but.
Oh, it's on my GoPro.
Oh yeah?
Oh, it had to be. If that's 20, it had to be 50, 60. It was so big it surprised me. But it was literally entering the wreck, and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna do it.
I'm not doing it.
Hell yeah. Beauty. I know, I went for the stone shot.
Joe got himself a guac. Is this your first guac?
No.
No.
I saw a couple of last trips.
Right in the face. Oh. But this one was an impressive trigger pull. How deep were you? 68. I told you.
Come on.
Hey, listen, after what I've been seeing all day, this is great.
There we go.
Look at that.
Smoked them.
2 for the price of 1, baby. Fish for the price of 1. Good night.
That's a great dive.
And then
Good little guy. Don't forget him.
Danger with a serious punch. Really nice arborio, dude. This is as big as they get, really. You can tell with that nice, beautiful yellow, right? How deep were you?
81-foot trigger pull.
It's not a bad
Deepest of
dive.
the trip. Hell yeah.
Congratulations, good size.
Thank you, sir.
Oh yeah, Pargo and Taro for sure. Dude, that's a f***ing
¿Ah? No, hoy no estamos en sala.
We're gonna go ahead and wrap this group up. I'm doing the normal walk every day to and from the boat. Joe and Eric dove like animals today. Eric did have an opportunity at a very large cubera. He said it was probably 50-60 pounds. I didn't get too good of a look at it, but I saw his body react. He did land like a 20-25 pounder. We landed multiple other guacamayo, pargramarillos, all those things, right? But all the diving was tough. I mean, we had incredible conditions. It had, you know, the top 20 was dirty, but then we had 40-50 foot of clean blue. It was beautiful. And then we get dirty again around 75-80. What we started doing was just every single drop was probably 75-80 foot. These guys started banging out these 75-80 foot drops one after another, and I was trying to get footage of them, so I was dropping behind them on each one with maybe like 2 minutes ish, if that, of breathe up time in between. Unfortunately, we didn't get the big one for them. That's why they keep coming back, right? You always want the bigger one, trophy. That's what this is about, right? The adventure, the unknowns. That concludes the spearfishing for the Joe and Eric trip with the spouses. I'm going to catch a ride with them back up north because I'm going to do a little vacay stay with Gab, and we're gonna go have some fun over in Sueños. This is my absolute least favorite part about doing these types of trips is I bring all the gear for people in terms of spear guns, things like that, extra floats, float lines, right? So I'm gonna give you a little rundown. Obviously, they bring their own fins, they bring their own wetsuits, things like that. You gotta make sure you clean them every day. And then in here, we got a nice little soapy mixture for all the wetsuits.